Hello everyone, welcome to the JCast Network. I'm your host, Armor Herman. We're here at the Presentense Launch Night in New York City. We're going to check out some of the most innovative new Jewish organizations in the market today. Let's take a closer look.
Hi, my name is Hadass Ben Yaakov, and I started an organization called HelpThisJew.com. There are 350,000 Jews in the greater New York area that have been classified as poor or near poor. These are our people, these are our brothers and sisters, and we need to help them. HelpThisJew.com is a social networking charity that serves as an anonymous link between those who need assistance and those who can give it. And with your help, we can be successful in helping those who need it.
My name is Irene Meisel, and my project is the Digital Judea Project. And it addresses the fact that kids these days spend up to 20 hours a week on Facebook, and they're not necessarily posting about Talmud or Torah. So the Abraham Joshua Heschel School created the Digital Judea Project to address that fact. It is an online Facebook-like simulation of ancient Judea. Students blog as ancient Jews, and they use a 3D modeling program to build renderings of ancient synagogues online.
Shalom, my name is Daniel Kron, and I'm the co-founder of Camp Mifgash, where we bring B'nai Mitzvah youth from Israel and North America in a program in Kfar Kedma in Israel for an educational program. That's basically it.
I am a video blogger, and one of the things that I've learned is that you can reach so many more people if you have a vision using video. And your project is really interesting in bringing Jewish values to the forefront, utilizing technology, especially video. Why did you create it?
So we're all aware that too many young Jewish professionals are disconnected from their Jewish identity. They find no meaning, no relevance, no connection to their Jewish values. So the answer, we think, is inspiration. We provide that inspiration. BestKindOfLife.com shows the timelessness, the meaningfulness, and the value of Jewish values through short, inspirational YouTube videos. We have 21,000 people view our videos so far, 6,000 Twitter followers, 1,800 Facebook friends. So we're growing like wild, which means that there's a need for this kind of message, and BestKindOfLife.com make sure that that message is being spread to Jews out there.
And whenever you start a project, sometimes you hit a bump, or you're looking, like 3 or 5 years. Did anything surprise you as you were developing your project?
You know, what was impressive is the type of feedback that we got back. We never thought we'd reach people on such an emotional level. And people are writing in saying, this really made a difference. And you think about it, it's a 3 to 5 minute YouTube video. How much of a difference can it make? But you know what, in that short amount of time, for somebody that day, it made all the difference to kind of give them a bit of inspiration and connect that to their Jewish heritage.
And with videos, obviously it's timeless. Once it's on YouTube, it's there forever. How do you go about sourcing your video?
Sure, right now we have an in-house production team, but our next step is to open it up to a global competition. So the best videographers, the best photographers could enter a competition, win cash prizes, win an introduction to a Hollywood personality, and we're hoping to receive dozens of videos, and out of those, take 2, 3 that have an opportunity to have, may potentially go viral and reach literally hundreds of thousands of people.
Sometimes it's hard to accessorize with Judaism, but your project is very unique. Tell us a little about it.
Well, Midrash Manicures is Torah at your fingertips, literally. We study Torah texts about the portion of the week, about the holiday, and then paint it on our nails. I paint with my students so they can feel empowered to be able to speak about their learning and have it as a part of them during the week. And they feel empowered to speak about it through their learning.
And how did you come up with it?
I've been doing this myself for the past 15 years. I love painting my nails, and I've been doing nail art related to Jewish themes. But only last year did I finally launch a website at the request of many people to be able to see my nails each week. Friends from afar said, why don't you just post them already? And it spread virally this past July. We've been featured in the New York Times in the Jewish Week. And it's a trend in that it's Torah learning with nail art, and nail art is the fastest growing sector of the cosmetics industry right now.
And what are you hoping for your organization to grow like in the next 2-3 years?
In the next 2-3 years, I hope that Midrash Manicures can expand its reach to thousands of more students of all ages. We're working right now to develop a curriculum for schools so that they can have Midrash Manicure workshops across the country. And we just launched our line of Jewish nail decals for Shavuot. They shipped as far as Australia. And we're going to be having nail decals for Rosh Hashanah, for Hanukkah, and you can have the 10 plagues on your fingernails for Passover.
That's great.
So it's very exciting.
Did anything surprise you as you were developing your project?
I'm surprised at how much that this has impacted individuals across the world. I mean, people that did not feel otherwise connected to Torah have said, Rabbi Buchler, you've inspired me. I may not paint my nails myself, but I still want to follow your website and learn about Torah in this new and meaningful way. That's what they've said.
And where can people learn more about your project?
They can learn more at midrashmanicures.com. And you can also follow us on Facebook at Midrash Manicures or on Twitter as well.
It's launch night, and there's some really exciting projects that are really going to transform the Jewish community. What excites you about launch night?
I think it's the chance for Presentense to kind of display the good work that we were doing in secret. Like, I've been working with these 13 fellows over the past 5 months, and not me alone. The great crew of coaches, mentors, steering committee members, great speakers and guests and subject matter experts, and that's mostly been kind of like, behind closed doors, and today is a great kind of public unveiling where it's not just the Presentense community but the wider community can see how far the fellows have come and where they could be in the future.
So walk us through how they got here.
So, I mean, we began probably, I think, back in September. We opened our application process. We had a record number of applications from across the New York area. And then our steering committee reviews the applications, goes through, reviews the ideas, and then we invite, 24, probably like double the cohort in for speed interviews. They're interviewed by members of the steering committee, by our mentors and coaches, get to know the fellows a little better. And then we invite, 12, in this case 13, to join the cohort. And starting in February, once a month we met. We had seminars, we had workshops, kind of like a crash course in venture development. They were meeting with their coaches once a month, their mentors once a month. We had great guest speakers. We were learning from successful entrepreneurs about their journey. We had, Amida, the founder of Idealist, come speak to us. We went to visit Gary Rosenblatt at the Jewish Week to learn about press relations. Had a great crew of volunteers throughout the community helping out.
And one of the great things about the the launch is that finally these ideas are coming to life. As you said, these are things that have been worked on for the past couple of months, but now it's the time to shine.
Yeah.
What are you hoping that these innovative projects? You think what's the next step for them?
What's the next step? So I think the pipeline from idea to successful, impactful organization is a long one. So, I don't pretend that Presentense is the end of the story. I think Presentense is a great first step. We can take someone from, idea to hopefully proof of concept. And then they'll, probably have a year or two of trying to prove themselves in the community, trying to get market buy-in, building a community, building a board, hopefully, signing on customers, clients, donors, building a community around their idea. And then, I think an ideal situation would be, a year later they are getting investment, they're getting funding from, foundations in the Jewish world, or perhaps they get, invited to join an incubation program like Bikurim or Joshua Venture or something like that. So, we're, I think, the beginning of the pipeline, and, there are other, other destinations and other helpers along the way, and we hope that, we are taking these entrepreneurs and putting them in good shape to, grow along that pipeline.
Hi. I'm Solomon Siegel, and my venture is the Jewish Design Collective. A vibrant Jewish building is on the verge of collapse in Manhattan. In fact, many Jewish community buildings across the country are dealing with a lot of challenging issues, both design-wise and structural issues. The Jewish Design Collective is here to help with that problem.
In the beginning of the 20th century, more than 75% of the Jewish population spoke Yiddish. Tragically, the language has only been passed on to a fraction of today's Jews. I'm Naftali Edelman, and I'm the director of Yiddish Farm. On our Yiddish Immersion Ulpan program, we connect people to their heritage, to each other, and to the earth.
Back in high school, I always wanted to learn Hebrew my way. And for some reason, they just wanted to do dikduk and not to find the way to connect to the way I learned.
Right.
And your project is very interesting and connecting students to the way that they learn.
Yes.
Tell us about it.
So I had the same experience as you. I went through Jewish day school for 12 years, and I graduated the highest Hebrew class. I passed out of the language requirement for college, and when I picked up Harry Potter, I was disappointed that it was so startling. I closed it 3, 4, 6, 7 times. And I was interested in Harry Potter, so there was my motivation, and I picked it up again, and I figured out what I knew and what I needed to know, and how to get what I needed through looking up vocabulary words, asking questions, using context clues, all the strategies that you use in English, I use them in Hebrew.
And it's so important because everyone learns differently. And I know that especially even children with disabilities, where it's just like dikduk is not a solution to learning Hebrew, but being able to touch and feel and do, it's a unique way. Where do you see your project going in the next 2 years?
So right now we are planning for a Hebrew language camp next summer, a 1 week of Hebrew day camp immersion for sports next summer in 2013. We're also setting up our first Merkaz Sicha, our first conversation center at the Congregation Road of Shalom Religious School with the 7th grade. And that will be 3 modules operating throughout the year with the 7th graders learning Hebrew in an activity-based setting.
Did anything surprise you as you were developing your project?
Constantly. I had this idea starting years ago when I was teaching myself Hebrew, and also as I was teaching my students. And Present Tense has given me the tools to get the word out about what I know I'm capable of doing and what I know my students are capable of doing. So it's been a surprising trip. I've met amazing people throughout. Everybody's been so helpful and warm.
And where can people learn more about your project?
The website, it's strategichebrew.com. We're also setting up Hebrew language short 5-session classes for all ages operating throughout the year and any topic you're interested in. So email me and check out the website and sign up for a class.
As you can see, Presentense Launch Night in New York City provide the opportunity for the community to learn more about innovative projects that are happening in the Jewish community. This is Aaron Herman. Thank you for watching.